everybody, it's your girl Elle.K here for another video, and today, as I'm sure you can see from the title, I'm going to be taking you guys through my 5 for 5, which is essentially the 5 very long, well not very long, but the 5 long books that I want to read in 2022. Last year I had a couple of different TBRs. I had just like the overall books that I wanted to read in 2021. I had classics that I wanted to read. I had long books that I wanted to read, series that I wanted to finish. I'm not doing all that this year. I was like, nope, we're not. That's just too much. I'm not committing myself to that. This year, there's just 5 books in particular that I want to read that are on the longer side that I'm going to share with you today. So if you would like to hear/see those books, keep on watching. Okay guys, so as I explained in my intro, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 5 long books that I want to read in 2022. Let me just start this by prefacing what I consider to be a long book may not be what you consider to be a long book, and that's totally fine. I am part of the short book club. I love something that is quick and concise and to the point. So for me, a book that is long is any book that is over 400 pages. Yes, I know usually the threshold is 5. No, if the book is over 400 pages, there better be a damn good reason. And I have to really be in the mindset to commit my time to a book over 400 pages. So that is what is long for me. The 5 books I'm going to share with you are all over 400 pages. And they're books that I wanted to get to last year, but it just didn't happen because my reading year last year was crap. So I'm really being intentional with this year and my reading and just really hammering myself down and getting back into what I love, which is reading. So I'm going to share those with you guys first. Yeah, and then we can kind of talk about them as we go. So let's get started. The first one that I have was like the most popular book probably last year. It literally took the entire book world by storm, and that is The Invisible Life of Addy Larue by V.E. Schwab. You guys know, or if you don't know, you're about to know, and if you know, you already know. I love Victoria Schwab. I love The Savage Song and Our Dark Duet. It's my favorite duology of all time. I think she's a brilliant writer. I listened to both of those books on audiobook and they were absolutely stunning. So I was very excited to get my hands on another one of her books. I was so excited when she came out with this book. But it's over that 400 page threshold, so it kind of got pushed to the back burner last year. I do have the audiobook version for it, so I'm thinking I might actually just listen to the audiobook. My problem is I used to listen to my audiobooks while doing barn work, but I have someone else to do barn work right now, so I don't really have an excuse to listen to audiobooks anymore. So I have to find another way to listen to more audiobooks. But anyways, I do have it on audiobooks, so that might be an option if you're curious. This book is, whoops, I could just have pulled this up on Goodreads and it would have been faster. 444 pages, so it does break the threshold of 400. If you don't know, this is following our main character, Addy, who made some sort of a deal with somebody. I like to say it's a deal with the devil, but essentially she gets to live forever, but nobody remembers her. So after every 24-hour period, everybody that she encountered within that 24-hour period forgets her. And I've been saying this all last year. I don't even know how you would begin to write a book like that because that just seems so complex and like there's so many variables that you have to keep in mind. But if anybody can do it, it is definitely Victoria Schwab. So I am excited for this one. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to get to it this year. That is the main point. The next one that I have was also really popular, but I think it was more popular in 2020, and that is Lovely War by Julie Berry. This is such a beautiful cover, and it's such a unique concept. Before we get into it, this is 468 pages. It's about a love story that kind of spans both World War I and World War II, and it's told from the perspective of Aphrodite, which I believe is the goddess of the Greek goddess of love. So that, again, just like such a cool concept. I really do enjoy historical fiction. I'm very excited to see how they did that. And then there's these, I think there's pictures in it. Is there pictures or? No, there's just different acts. I'm sorry, there's not pictures. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to this one. I haven't seen any reviews or anything for it because I kind of want to go into it knowing as little as possible, but I am definitely excited to get to this one for sure. Okay, so the next book that I have is really weird, but also sounds really cool and just on the cusp of sci-fi, and we all know I do not do sci-fi. Like, I just don't handle that well at all. But I'm gonna give it a try, and it's called Early Departures by Justin A. Reynolds. No. No. Where is it? No, that's Jason Reynolds. Woo! I was like, it's not the same author. Yeah, by Jason Reynolds. This is what it looks like here. Really, really pretty cover. I love how bright it is. It is 470 pages. Now, the reason I say it's weird is because we're following our main character. I think his name is Jamal, and his best friend Q. And Q keeps dying, and Jamal somehow resurrects him or reanimates him, but every time he reanimates him, he only stays reanimated for a short period of time. So he only has so long to say goodbye, essentially. But now he's done it a certain amount of times, and now there's only one more time he can do it before Q dies forever, and I believe he's going to try and stop that. I don't think that I explained that well at all. The synopsis really confused me, but the concept of it sounds really, really cool and really sweet, kind of like a cheating death type of situation, but not for yourself, for someone that you love. And I really like that idea. So I'm going to give it a try. I don't do the whole science sci-fi thing, so if it's very sciencey, it's probably going to be DNF'd, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind and see how we do, because, you know, we're going to try it out. Okay, so the next book that I have is so old. I've literally had it for maybe 3 or 4 years. When did this book come out? It came out in 2016. So I've had this book for a minute now. I didn't get it in 2016. Like I said, I got it like 3 or 4 years ago. But that is Dead Man Blues by Silstein. Celestin. Wow, I'm gonna butcher names for the whole year. That's just what's gonna happen. But this is what it looks like. It takes place in Chicago in 1928, and we're following like a string of murders that's taking place. An heiress dies, a white gangster dies, and somebody and like a group of like city leaders are also poisoned. So we're following a detective trying to like solve those murders, but there's something else going on there, as there always is. I remember picking this book up and I was so excited to read a mystery, because I was just like getting into mystery / thrillers, and I never ended up getting to it, probably because it is 475 pages. Yes, I will not read a book if it's too long. I'm just that person. I'll pick it up because they look hella pretty on my shelf, but I will be that person to not read it. So I am definitely excited to hopefully actually get to this one this year. I just feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I've just been in like this thriller mystery type of mood, so I need to finish my current read, which is just a fantasy, so I can kind of like feed this mood. I like this mood, so we're gonna try and get to that one. And then the last one that I have, so popular, again, just never got to it, is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Susan Collins, and that is the prequel to the Hunger Games series, which is literally one of my favorite book series in the entire world. I also want to do a reread, so I wanted to do this last year, but then a lockdown hit and I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with life. I wanted to reread the Hunger Games series, starting with this one. This is about President Snow and how he essentially becomes President Snow. It's kind of like a villain origin story, and we love a villain origin story over here. We just love villains in general. I would totally be the bad guy in a movie, 100%. I don't want to be the hero. I want to be the bad guy. So I love a villain origin story. This one, I don't think it's like super long. I lied. It's 517 pages. It's over the 500 page threshold, Lord, but it's because it's the Hunger Games and I love it that I'm going to do it. So I definitely want to give that a try for sure and see if we can get this one going as well. I don't know the particular order that I'm going to read these books in, but hopefully it just gets done. Also, like, props to me for even deciding to get these long ass books read this year. Like, I know obviously I bought them, I wanted to read them, but you know, long books just give me a whole different level of anxiety and they're just a lot to deal with. So, you know, it's whatever, it's fine. I'm definitely gonna try and get to them this year. No guarantee that I'll get to all of them, because there's a lot of books that I want to get to that are shorter than these guys, so they'll be easier for me to get to, but I am gonna try. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, as always. Oh, have you guys noticed I found my mic? Can you notice the difference in the audio between this video and like my first 2 of the year? I hope you notice the difference because I found the mic. And if you don't notice the difference, I've wasted money on a microphone, but it's fine. But that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you made it to the end, you're an MVP. Leave a little snake emoji in the comments for the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes if you got this far. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!